Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm sure tonight, once we are done, Entity will reach out to you. She's very close to you. And yes, you can help us recover the mandate. We got boots on the ground. There are no missing words with this. But so good to have you here. We ain't giving up. And we're going to do everything within our God-given right and power to recover our mandate. Thank you. And right here, right now, for those who are here, it's another day of the Free Nigeria movement protest. We're here to continue to speak truth to power and record the days, because it does matter. The world is listening. The ears, the land, the air, everyone is listening. Now I'm going to, I don't know if Mazi can speak right now so that he can give us some background and set the tone for today as we jumpstart this and begin to do what we do best, you know. Except, of course, it's not disposed to speaking tonight, but thank you for hosting. Yes, I welcome each and every one of us, as always, again, to say that we are as strong as our bond, as our institution, as our reserve, as our resolve, and we will continue to do this until our mandate is recovered. Yesterday was explosive. It was another session of vibrant spiritual prayer, protest, releasing all kinds of weapons, of mass destructions against the enemy of Nigeria. Those who have suppressed have continued to pulverize and ensure that Nigeria never see daylight. Yesterday, and guess what? Words do matter. Every action that we take, from speaking to praying to crying to demanding to standing in the gap, they all do matter in shaping the narrative of the future. People go to war just by words, and peace is recovered by words. When you go to courts, it's not because people go there to fight. They go there to speak words. Yes, so words do matter. I want to encourage everyone that comes here and has been here for the last 54 days, speaking, that your words do matter. What you say do matter. So it's important to understand that the world and everything in it were created by spoken words. So when you come here, be encouraged by the words you speak. Never take it for granted. Every time you show and you answer present in this place, every time you lift up your hands and you make declarations, every time you make depositions, they do matter. Every time you call to hold to account for responsibility, every time you speak about the freedom of your exercising your rights of citizenship and your right as given in the charter and in the Constitution of Nigeria, what you're doing is affirming the fundamental rights of even generations to come. So never give up. Every time we speak truth to power, we're speaking and sending forth emissaries of great energy and power that will revamp and reclaim our mandate. That's what happens in the field when we go out to protest. That's what happens in court. That's what happens. So it's an energy of impact. That's where our action pact begins from. So never take it for granted and never look down upon the power of words that are being released in this place. Each time we come together to release actions of prayers, of crying, of demands that we make, because they do have greater impact and great power in its effects. And so tonight, we're going to continue like we have done even in the physical meetings, to speak to INEC, to speak to National Assembly, to speak to the judiciary, to speak to our military, to speak to our paramilitary, to speak to the Nigerian people, to speak to all the politicians and candidates, to speak to the political parties, to speak to all inclusive, because that's what we are about, inclusiveness. We're about democracy. Yes, open democracy. We're about raising the value of our education, raising the value of our universal health. We're here to speak, to the legislators as we speak to the executive, to hold to power Buhari and all those in the corridors of power. This is what we're here to demand and to reiterate our demands about the 2023 general election, to speak about, the atrocities and the criminalities of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, about the INEC commissioners and those who have brought shame to our nation, to continue to hold to account. So if you're here tonight and you're ready to make those demands and those claims, to speak and to protest, whether friendly or aggressively, whatever it is, tonight it's time to raise your hands as we begin to take cues, to begin to attest and begin to say the things and how we know how best to do even here today. Who is there to start today? Ndidi, are you ready? We're going to take the cue right there from our leaders and speak truth to power right now. So Ndidi, grab the mic and protest tonight. Do that, and let's take the cues even as we move tonight. Welcome, everyone.
Good evening, my fellow comrades, and welcome to this opportunity for us to again come out and speak the truth and protest. Protest because we know that something went wrong on the 25th of February, 2023. Something went wrong on that day because that was the day our mandate was stolen. That was the day we all went out. We all went out in the rain and the sun, and we stood there in the line. We stood to vote for someone that we wanted to be the president of the country. But along the line, it was stolen. That mandate was stolen and given to someone else. Now we have a president-elect. So that's why we're here today, tonight. And we're asking for that mandate to be returned. The people's mandate must be returned. It doesn't matter how this is done, the judiciary, everything is now in your hands. So we're looking up to you. We're looking unto you, and we're hoping that you will do the right thing. You must do the right thing. Because this is a time everyone all over the world is watching you to do the right thing. Professor Yakub Mahmoud, or whatever you call your name, I can't even pronounce it most of the time because I'm so angry. You, on that day, the 1st of March, you came out and you announced someone in the middle of the night, 4 a.m. to be exact. That is not the time for people to come out and make such a pronouncement, but you did. And since then, we haven't seen you. You haven't come back. You promised to review all the problems that were narrated to you. You promised to review all of them, but you didn't come back. We are still waiting for that to be done this time, done properly. Professor Mahmoud should be investigated and he should be prosecuted, arrested, and jailed. That stands, I'm sure most Nigerians, most of us, because there are some Abadorians that are out there that are not in agreement with this, but most of Nigerians are actually in the same line with us, speaking the same truth as us. So we are calling upon the judiciary in Nigeria. There is a sitting coming up on the 17th of this month, in a few days. And we expect you guys to do the right thing. We are looking up to you to come out and do the right thing. We'll be watching you very closely. Wherever we are, we'll be watching you. We're not here. So I'm not in Nigeria. But we'll be watching you very closely. The whole world will be watching you as well. So we expect you to come out and do the right thing. Come out and do the right thing. We cannot have a drug baron being the president of a country like Nigeria. It is not done anywhere. Even those countries where you have drug barons, they are not the president of such countries. People are fighting those drug dealers. This Professor Mahmoud has now elected and put a drug baron to become the president of a country like Nigeria. How are we even going to walk with our heads and shoulders held high? How are we going to do that? Professor Mahmoud has actually removed us from the map of this world by what he did on the 1st of March. He has done that. So tonight we are protesting. We are saying that enough of this nonsense. Enough of this nonsense. We must regain our mandate. Nigeria is on its knee as we speak. Nigeria is on its knee, and what will save us is the judiciary. You are the last hope Nigeria has. We all need to go out and protest. The youths, you need to go out there and shout and get your mandate back. I know that this is in court, but we still need to go out there and protest, because if we don't, then the whole world will not know that we don't like what happens to us on the 1st of March. So we need to go out there and keep shouting, keep holding the judiciary accountable as well for what we don't know what they are going to do. We don't know if they've been paid, but we are hoping that they haven't, because we'll be watching very closely. So this is what my protest is all about tonight. I yield my mic. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those who are joining us. This is Protest Day 54. We were on ground for about 24 days, live, marching through the streets of Abuja, exposing all the atrocities. And we have been on this platform since we left. And from time to time, from the court sitting, we have been on ground. And for each day in the last 54 days, we have been consistent and we've been here. And here tonight, we're also here to reaffirm our commitment. If you're here for the first time, we want to make sure that if you are lifting up your hands to protest, kindly know that here with us is we're only dealing with the national issues. We're keeping it national, without the encumbrances of the different party affiliations and the things that are going on within the party circles. We just want our mandate back as Nigerians, and that's all that concerns us tonight, and we're keeping it that way. So thank you one more time and welcome. Yes, Joel Oche, you got 2 minutes. Pick the mic and protest tonight.
Thank you, Chief Host, and I welcome each and every one of us. Greeting from Myopic, the capital city of Benue State. Yeah, tonight I'm going to protest against ethnicity, tribalism, religious syndrome. That is a breeding ground for corruption. That is a breeding ground for enthronement of illegitimate governments in Nigeria over time. Yeah, all of us are victims of this structure. Let me tell you a history about the leading counsel. He himself is a victim of this structure. He's from Bauchi State, who go to local government. He ought to have been made a Chief Justice of Bauchi State because of what we are passing through, that every person in this country is crying today. He was victimized, and having seen that victimization, he have to move and find himself there today. So the court, the ball is in his court, that in legal term has it to say that whosoever that is seeking for equity must come with clean hands. And then among all the presidential aspirants, their petitions are there before him, and then back up with their evidence. I'm also supported with the Nigerian Constitution, which we are looking onto him to interpret and then pass a verdict. So it is up to him to do the right thing. It is up to him to work with his team to ensure that we install legitimate government in this country, that everything will be working for each and every one of us as the way we want it. And again, I would like to speak to Mahmoud and then the power behind him. He is not just, he didn't do that on his own. There are backups, especially from presidency, for presidency not to hurt the coalition at the international conference hall. Does that mean that Mahmoud has his backup? So I am speaking to both of them, first and foremost to Mahmoud, that what Mahmoud did to us is guilty of felony, tantamount to life imprisonment. So I therefore call on International Court of Justice to come to rescue us by arresting Mahmoud and also prosecute and jail him for life imprisonment. And for presidency, I call on presidency, especially the president of President Muhammadu Buhari, to do all what we do to ensure that if tribunal did not, finish litigation, finish all the processes, there should be nothing like inauguration and swearing in. Let him not be in a hurry. If he's in a hurry to go, then let us constitute an interim government through bilateral and multilateral organizations to take over the vacuum that might have created as a result of his leaving the office, so that we will have a right thing done in this country. And finally, to all Nigerian youths, I would like to also encourage them that they should speak out. They should join Free Nigeria movement. They should also be part of us, both online and also physical, do this peaceful demonstration. Our mandate is stolen. That is why we are demonstrating. What's it called? Former deputy speaker, my brother from Imo State, he was also a victim of this of Nigerian system. So I call on you, Ehidoha, to lend your voice to this movement to ensure that we reclaim our mandate. Thank you. This is my prayer and protest tonight. I yield the mic. Hello. Are we there?
Yes, we're there. Sorry, I was just trying to click on something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always speaking truth to power. And Oche, that was so right on point tonight with some of the things you mentioned. And yes, President Muhammadu Buhari, we don't even want you to stay 1 second after 29. We don't want him to stay. It is under his watch that the most gruesome uselessness of murder and all kinds of things have happened in Nigeria. Snake and scorpions swallowing billions of naira. It is under his watch that his own accountant general took over 200 billion and nothing has happened. Is it not under Muhammadu Buhari that the worst election in Nigeria has happened? In fact, let him just leave now and say it will be better for all of us. Jesse, please go ahead and protest tonight.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, comrades, once again for this opportunity to be here. Today, my protest, it's a reminder. I want to remind all of us, the youth, the entire Nigerian society, Nigerians both home and abroad. I want to remind us of certain issues that are facing us so that you can get angry, because it seems that somehow we have natural insulators in our bodies or in our brains or in our mind that despite all the atrocities, we insulate ourselves and we move on. So my protest today is to remind us about all these things so that if we have forgotten, we can remember them and get angry. I want every Nigerian to get angry because, first of all, a Nigerian future, the future of our generation, the generation yet unborn, has been bastardized since independence. But this time around in 2023, it was murdered by two persons, Mr. Agbado and his partner in crime, Mahmoud Yakub. They stole our election and they have shattered the future and the dreams and the aspirations of Nigerians. That we can see all the shenanigans that are happening all over. Since Agbado came on board, we have seen that for the first time in Nigeria history, this man, anywhere he goes, whatever he touches, he is like an opium. Wherever he goes, he scatters.
Mom, why is it like this?
You can see how he brought crisis in the famous Yoruba organization called the Afenifere. We saw how he brought even division among the APC members. After election, we see what is happening with all political parties around. For the first time in Nigeria, the media are now fighting against each other. This media house will be fighting this one will be fighting this one because they have this, he has brought that opium that has now infected even the media houses, so that there will be no unity front in unity, even in the media. So the media, all of them are talking from both sides. Everyone is defending their own aspect. Imagine this, the threat. The media, it's like the voice of the people, but even the media, for the first time, has been shattered. And for this reason, today, when the media only covers political issues and in their own way, but the media have relegated all their work, their constitutional activities. Just yesterday, one of our comrades posted pictures of what has happened in Kaduna in the last 2 days. No media reported it. No media reported it. Killings are still happening in Benue State. No media is reporting it. When we go on protest, no media will come to report it. What does this tell us? Even before Agbado is sworn in, the media has been murdered as well. Imagine if this man takes over the powers and can do and undo, can give an order to even NBC what will happen? You need to get angry because of this. Get angry because the legislators, the governors, think about what happened during the currency, the Naira thing, the CBN currency policy. All the governors came out, even went to the Supreme Court to challenge the government because they were stepping on the monies, the dollars they hid everywhere in soccer ways, in overhead tanks, and in their houses all over to buy election, buy vote. Today, all the governors are quiet. None of them are talking about the killings. Their reasons that time was that they are doing it for their people. Today, the person that led that protest against the federal government was El-Rufai of Kaduna. The killings that happened yesterday, 2 days ago, was in his state. El-Rufai has gone into comatose. He has, since they have succeeded in their plan, today, El-Rufai people are being killed in his state. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't take any action. And Kaduna is a killing zone. All the governors silent. Now, the House of the legislators, what are they doing? They are fighting. Now they are talking about, their regions, fighting. Now they don't agree with their party. But when their party came together, all of them were queued behind it and helped to steal and murder democracy. But today, they are crying of injustice. What about the injustice of the people? What about the people that are being killed every day? What about the people that can't go to the hospitals? What about the people that cannot travel safely on the road? If they are not being kidnapped, there is every blessed day on every Nigerian highway, there is multiple accidents that are claiming lives because of bad roads. If you don't die by accident, you die by kidnappers. Just yesterday, hundreds of Boko Haram repentance graduated. In Nigeria, students can't even graduate during the stipulated time of 4 years because of ASU strike, because of this and that. But Boko Haram are graduating in time records and integrated into the society, and not just into the society, in our security apparatus. But you Nigerians, you Nigerian youth, you cannot graduate during the stipulated time, and even when you do graduate, you don't have jobs. But people that have been killing us, have been killing your parents, have been killing your uncles, your fathers, your brothers and sisters, your nieces and nephews, they graduate in record time and they are employed in our own security agencies. What a country. And these are the people that tomorrow, we already know what the Nigerian military is. We already know what the Nigerian police are. Most of them, they are instruments of government. And today we are having a Boko Haram sponsor as a vice president, which indeed is not the vice president. Agbado is just the symbol out there. The idea is Boko Haram chairman to become the president. And that is why they have been recruiting all these Boko Haram people into our security agencies, so that when he takes over, I don't know whether you guys have seen the video that have been circulating lately, where he visited the terrorists and the bandits. I don't know how authentic that is, but there is no smoke without fire. And if that is true, then we can see what awaits us. So it's either all of us, whatever we are doing, if tomorrow these people take over and we do not stop this, then we can imagine that Nigeria will become an apocalypse will visit us more than what we are experiencing today. So I want to remind all of us, let us reflect on these things and get angry and boil and rise up to do the needful to make sure these people do not succeed with this evil agenda. Thank you.
I mean, Jesse, I don't know if there is any time you ever brought it this home like you have done today. I mean, it's almost, I don't know what to say to you, but it's articulate, it's precise, the proceedings and what you've mentioned. I can't even, I don't know what, if there is, there's just a well of awareness and anger that you've raised today. Do you know that the people that were killed in Kaduna, the pictures were so gory that you can't even watch it. Heads split in two, brains pouring out like oil. The butchering and it is not just that people were killed, it is the manner in which they were killed. Our humanity has gone to the dogs. Just like our protests. The media don't have it. So our country is not even on just autopilot. It is just, autopilot means that you are cruising, right? Where we are right now is just, like you can actually wake up right now, kill anybody and just go free. That's where we are right now in this country. Comrade Austin, please take the mic and go ahead. Comrade Austin.
Yes, please. Sorry, I was trying to navigate through the page. It was a little bit draggy. Yes, good evening, my beloved countrymen, beloved comrades, and great leaders of the House. I consider tonight, again, another privilege for me to be identified with the fighters of for a better Nigeria. First of all, I really want to appreciate the Almighty God for this privilege that we can gather tonight again and still talk about the issue. This is why we can talk about the issues we can hear from each other is because we are alive, and all thanks to God for that. We can't get to a point where we begin to feel that we've said enough, we've spoken enough, we've cried enough. We can't get to that point because the issues, the complexity of issues that are bugging us as a nation still, stares us in our faces, and when you look left, right, front, back, 3 pages of those newspaper, through the headlines from our media and social media, a portal, and you get images of horrible things that are happening in this country. And sometimes you just get to ask yourself, questions that sometimes, not sometimes, you just can't get the answer. I just keep wishing that I do hope that we will get better. But of course, that's what we are doing. That's why we just keep to, we just have to sustain what we're doing, speaking out on the issues, and of course, keep making our voices, heard. And I believe, no matter how stubborn our leaders are, I believe, in a way, our cry, our agitation are getting to them. And more importantly, as we get to do what we're doing, Nigerians, that have been a little docile and complacent we get to see the reason and the need for them to, join force with us so that, because it is not just we that this thing is happening here, but they're actually getting the field. International community, people are watching, they are hearing what is happening in Nigeria, just like when something is happening in the United States of America, just at the second, you get happening. If something is happening in Uganda, in any part of the world, in Ukraine, you get to know what is happening, first-hand information, all of that. So it is something as it's happening, the whole world, people are getting to know, the horrible things that happen in Nigeria. And it is our speaking out, that we let them understand the fact that, yeah, we are not in support of all that is happening in this country. We are angry. We are angry as a people. And that is why we just have to keep doing what we're doing. When I saw the pictures on the platform, I quickly recall those days, those funny days when I was in Kaduna State. I have lived in Kaduna State. I have witnessed a couple of crises in Kaduna State, and all this thing boils down to the fact that we don't have leadership in this country. Just like Dr. Moore said earlier remarks that Nigeria is not on, or you can't say Nigeria is on autopilot. We don't know what the kind of name we should describe, the situation Nigeria as a country is going through. There's not autopilot. I think it is just jaga everywhere, and that's just what it is. It is jaga everywhere. It's as if it's when you throw an object in the middle of a river or a sea, it can be tossed left and right, front and back, meaning that it doesn't really have any direction. Particularly when you throw such maybe like a rubber or something, it's in a stagnant water, or so to say. When breeze comes, it blows it goes, swings left, right. There is no direction. That's what it is at the moment, because Nigeria does not have direction of where exactly we are heading to. And this is traceable to the fact that we don't really have a captain that can navigate, the affairs of this nation towards a trajectory that will impress on us as a people that indeed we are heading somewhere. When you see people that are serious, that are determined, are resolved, to make a difference, to change, an ugly narrative, by the body language, the policies, and all of that, you get to that. Yes, these are the people that are serious to actually, maintain a positive trajectory, that is developmental driven, that is peaceful driven, that is all the good things that you can imagine driven. But of course, in this case, that is not what is happening in Nigeria. All these leaders are coming on board. They are just, very, very myopic leaders. When somebody is myopic, he doesn't have a blueprint on how to fix, a thing. He doesn't have the blueprints, the methodology of fixing things to work. In this 21st century, that everything we do is technologically driven. Because of the intelligence, the advancement in all ramifications. But of course, we are not investing anything as far as technology is concerned. And we're not even, our leaders are so, brain dead. They are not even maximizing the capacity of what their brain is supposed to do. Sit down, tax the brain, multitask the brain, bring out the solution, that would take us out of this quagmire. We just have, analog, so to say, people that just come to power and they just think it's all about coming to power and flex muscle and say I'm the commander-in-chief of the armed forces without, necessarily having an idea of what it takes to be a leader. Here we are, but people are being slaughtered. The images that I saw are so gory. I mean, it's unimaginable, and it is most unfortunate that we as the people in this day and age, that we are still, having this kind of barbaric, very terrible. I don't know how to describe it, but it's okay. We do hope and we believe that by virtue of what we are doing, we will consolidate on what we're doing. We will sustain the momentum. We will not keep quiet. We will keep speaking. We will keep speaking. We will keep speaking. Since we have a deaf ears, leaders that they have no sympathy honestly speaking, you know, but just by way of reminder, our leaders have no sympathy. There's no empathy for them, you know. To them, they just look at, because they are there, they look at every other person, the less privileged as you look at them as people that does not merit, that nothing good should come to them. They just feel they are like chickens. They look at themselves as human beings, and as or maybe they are more Nigerian than we. But
Comrade, try and round up now.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than others. But of course, here we are. I do believe that by the special grace of God, our quest for retrieving a stolen mandate, the people whom we believe that when leadership is entrusted into his hand, he will navigate the ship, he will navigate the fate of this nation, towards a trajectory that will change our narrative. So, my fellow comrades, I sympathize with one of our sisters here, a comrade whose village community, such a thing happened, and of course, one of our sisters was equally, unfortunately, she was part of those people that were killed. It is most unfortunate, and I sympathize with her. I sympathize with the family. I sympathize with the community, and I sympathize with Kaduna State. The good people of Kaduna State. So we keep it up. We'll keep it up. I know that victory will land our way. Solidarity forever. Victory comes by struggle. We will succeed. Nigeria must get it right. The evil leaders must be rooted out of leadership positions, so that the right people that mean well for this country will take the stage. Thank you, my fellow comrades.
And the most painful thing about this thing is people are being killed. Our president is fixing his teeth in the UK. People lives in dozens are being slaughtered, shattered, brains shattered, and our president is busy cruising, enjoying, fixing his teeth in the UK for 1 week. The federal government has not even made any statement, or even any government official visited to visit these people. Nothing. That is how wicked our leaders have become. It is these people that have been murdered. It is their taxpayers' money that this man is fixing his teeth in the UK for 1 week, and they are being killed. No statement from the state government, no statement from the federal government, no action, not even from the Agbado camp to even show concern to these people. Oh my God, Nigeria. We must either die or we must rescue Nigeria. Yes or yes.
There is no doubt, in the words of Chinua Achebe, that being Nigeria is absolutely frustrating. That's what he said, even though unbelievably exciting. How can we be here connecting ourselves from UK to US to Makurdi to Abuja, all over the world? Look at us, looking at ourselves here, but yet we live in the most frustrating time in the history of Nigeria. How can the world have risen with so much technology, advancement? How can we have so much money in this country, yet day by day we live, with so much death and poverty? It's almost as though we're living, it is light and darkness living together, poverty and wealth living together. How can it be only in Nigeria? It's almost impossible. But this is what we're talking about, living side by side with impossibilities and possibility. It's almost something that you can't even comprehend or even understand. Almost unbelievable. But this is the reality that we have found ourselves. Comrade Motu, I thought you were lifting up your hands. Have you dropped your hands? Where is Maureen? Let's have some of us speak. We just have barely 9 minutes to go with this.
Dr. Mo, I am still available.
Please take your 2 minutes and speak truth to power.
All right. House, good evening, and everyone here present. This struggle, we pray our Maker in heaven will never disappoint us. We will continue to strive until we see the end of all those wicked and demonic leaders who have made themselves, instead of leaders, they made themselves businessmen. I am speaking from Kaduna, the heart of all those troubles that everybody is mentioning. It is just very disheartening and just very unfortunate that things are happening this way and nobody is saying anything. We have to stand to see how we can be able to get this thing right. I don't know why our elite are so scared of coming out to say the truth the way it is. Our elite has disappointed us. People who are looking up to see how they can be able to at least stand and speak for us. They are the one fighting each other now. So we don't know. With the help of every one of us here, our voice will go to the places that need to go, so that whosoever that God will use in order to see that Nigeria is being salvaged, God will definitely raise that person anywhere he is, because we are in a mess. We're talking about our leaders today. They are nowhere to be found. It is only when you heard that they want to borrow money that you discover that they are beginning to talk to us that they want to borrow money. For what? We don't know. After borrowing the money, we don't know what they will use the money for. So House, we need to rise up to the responsibility to see how we can be able to salvage this country for our children to benefit this. If not, we are in jeopardy. Doctor, I raise my voice here. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, and thank you. There is no doubt that we live in the age of foolishness and in the age of wisdom at the same time. Yes, we live in the age of incredulity and the age of belief at the same time. It's unbelievable. We have spring and hope all mixing. You know, winter and despair. You know, everything in between is hanging in balance. And yet, we must get ourselves out of this quagmire that we found ourselves. You know, it's crazy, but here we are. Maureen, are you there? You got to take 2 minutes and speak truth to power here tonight. Maureen, are you there? Maureen is not ready. Let's go to our comrade Fortunatus Onyeka. Please, Fortunatus, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so tired, I'm so pained, I'm so angry. When I saw those posts, when I saw the videos, when I saw the pictures, I grew weak to my bones. And I began to ask, what kind of a country do we have in Nigeria? Leaders without empathy, leaders without care. These killings has been going on, people going about killing others for nothing's sake. Look at how human beings' heads were broken. Oh my God. Yet nobody will be arrested, nobody will be persecuted. And we have a commander-in-chief who has sworn an oath of office to protect the integrity, to protect the lives and properties of all Nigerians. Busy in London, UK, enjoying, having fun, just to fix it. What a shame. Your people are being killed on daily basis. And I'm sure this is the handwork of the herdsmen. For over how many years now, they have been going to communities, killing people, maiming people, raping women, and no single one has been arrested. No single one has been prosecuted or made to face the law. And we call ourselves a country that is governed by law. A country that have a president, that have leadership. The Senate are not talking about it. House of Assembly, National Assembly, both federal and both Senate and the House of Reps, they are not talking about it. The state assemblies are not saying anything about it. Governors doing nothing about it. It will happen, and after a while, it will die down. This happens how many weeks ago? How many weeks ago that they killed almost 40 people in that same community? Kai. Oh my God. I feel like Kai. Oh God, oh my God, this country. How come Nigeria has become so wicked, so cruel to our own citizens? And we have the Inspector General of Police. We have the Chief of Army Staff, all the service chiefs, and Nigerians are being killed on daily basis.
Collecting salary, paying them.
Kai, I don't even know what to say. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so pained. Seriously, since I saw that post, I couldn't even watch it to the fullest. I couldn't even go through all. I don't know what to say again. God have mercy on us in this country. Sincerely. I'm so tired. Please, I give my mic. Someone give the mic. I hate my mic.
We live in such pain every day. Joshua.
Right. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I came in late. Actually, there's no light in that area, so my phone was down. Actually, it's so painful for what we just saw and what is happening in the country. I'm from Benue State, and I really want to thank my brother Oche for bringing me into this platform. It has really been painful, and a practical experience of what is really happening. Even 3 days ago, I had to go to teaching hospital to see some persons who were butchered and they were rushed to teaching hospital. I just want us to know that after the election, the massive killing that has been taking place in Nigeria is something that's mostly where I have first-hand information and I've been seeing it one-on-one myself here in Benue State. It's really, really painful. We see what is happening in Zone C of Benue State, Apa, Agatu, Guma local government, and everywhere. I've had contact with these people who are killings, and there was a particular time before the Benue State government should enact the law of anti-open grazing law. There was a committee they formed in Benue State that was opportune to be part of that committee, that we even went to the herdsmen settlement to ask them what they really need so that it can be available for them. And they refused. What they requested was above the state government. I really don't know their agenda and whatever they're doing. The most painful part of it is that the government is not saying anything. Even when we work with the security agencies, trying to make them understand the plight of the people, they will tell you there's nothing to do about it. I could remember I worked 4 years with the security agencies going to the community, trying to take them to the community where these things were happening. Yet, the highest thing they could do is to go there to show up and bring back the casualties. That's all. Something is wrong. I was thinking this particular election will bring a change. And I'm also saying that let's stand firm to correct this for our future, our generation to come. Because as a matter of fact, if nothing is done there, I don't see the future of this country again. I always say that I'm ready for anything. I'm not that person that I'm not scared. I'm a young person who wants to stand for the truth always and let the right thing to be done. I'm so pained. They have tried killing me several times. I remember when I went to the community because I do humanitarian work and I do research personally myself. I go to community to see what is happening. I experience this myself. I write reports. We report this thing to the authorities and nothing is being done. I'm telling the truth. It's paining me as a person. It's paining me as a person. Right now, it's paining me. A friend of mine, one of my informers called me that they killed the wife and killed the wife uncle, and the other one was cut off. They had to rush the person to the teaching hospital. I had to rush and go to the teaching hospital to see what was happening. It's very painful. It's very painful. Let's stand to make correction in this country. Let me hold on there for now. Thank you.
So, what
Thank
the
you.
situation now is
Thank
that
you.
they have from the federal government to kill Nigerians. That is what this means. They have license to kill and get away with it.
And they will tell you they will just tell you straight that there's nothing to do about it. They will tell you, oh, these are people that move with arms more than sophisticated arms, more than the military personnel I see. These are people that you go to the community to give services to the people that have been traumatized by the attacks and all the killings. And you find yourself in a community trying to save yourself and save the community people. The last time I remember the other time in the community where I was trying to talk to the community, can you just relocate?
Hello, yeah.
And escape
You
and
see,
hide somewhere. It's painful. So I don't, sometimes when people are trying to give other information, I say, no, this is something I have first-hand experience. Somebody is not telling me. I have first-hand experience. It's paining me on a serious note.
you see,
So painful. So painful that our leaders can't talk because they know what is happening.
You see,
so painful that so-called people will believe that are leading us can't do anything. It's so painful. Even the ones that are trying to do something, they are painting them black.
They are painting them black because it's a coordinated plan.
Just lay your hands on it.
It's a coordinated plan.
I don't know, but
and
let's
then
try.
It's backed up by
little numbers is not little
government
number. It is the
support.
mighty heart we have and the mindset that make us great. I don't
They
think we
have
need Nigerians to make the change. We need the right mindset, people, to make the change in this country.
Both Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, they have the backup of federal government. That is why nobody is talking. That is why nobody is saying anything. I pity some of our people who did the wrong thing during election. The election is an opportunity for each and every one of us to correct the wrong. And it is not late. I'm not saying too late. It's not late. If we can continue with this protest, match it up with our beautiful issues in the tribunal, I know Nigeria will be better again. We'll rescue this country from the hand of murderers, from hands of corrupt leaders. It is too much, and then it must be stopped. And we are able to stop it. If we don't stop it now, then forget it. This is the right time for us to stop it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Princess, You'll be the last speaker here tonight. Princess.
Yes, I'm right here. I'm so pained. I'm so pained as well with all the killings. Are we going to continue like this? The truth of the matter is that the government is involved in this. The government is involved. If they are not involved, this killing would have stopped by now. But the government is involved. And that is why nobody is saying anything about the whole situation, because the government is involved in this. And if we leave this to continue, then at the end of the day, we will have no more Nigeria. Because the plan of everything going on is to take our country. It's for them to take this country. Remember, General Sani Abacha said something, that when there's an issue and it stays or it lasts for over 24 hours and the government is mute about it, it's because they have a hand in it. If we all remember that statement. Because right now, what is going on, look at during the campaigns, there were no killings, there were no kidnapping, everywhere was calm because their leader was focused in the election, win election. And that was why everything was quiet at that time. Now that they have finished election and they have selected them, they have started again. Kidnapping and bandits in this country has become a multi-dollar business for all these people. They have no feelings at all. I said it the last time, even when we go to our markets now, you see people selling vegetable and all the okra and whatever. Fulani people are the ones. Our people can no longer go to farm. They are now the ones in our farms. Will Nigeria allow this to happen? Other African countries stood their ground. Are we going to allow Fulanis to displace us of our own country? They will push us into the bush or slaughter all of us? This is Fulanization going on here in this country. What Buhari cannot deliver, this Shetima. You see, this APC thing, I'm not even afraid of Tinubu like this Shetima. People don't know what is coming. People are there doing tribe. They are not looking deep the way, maybe I'm the only one seeing people. They think this is all about Tinubu. In Shetima, they will displace this man and then he will take over this country and then they will just finish all of us. Then they will
yes, you can. I know you can.
Coming around everywhere in the bush, they have nowhere to stay, wandering through and through the earth like Satan. Now they have come to Nigeria, they want to take our own country. Is that what we want? Nigerians, we should wake up already to this situation, or else we will not have a country. Look at during Buhari, they were looking for each state to give them grazing land and all that. It will come to a time they will not take permission from anybody. They will just invade any village, kill all the people and settle there. They will keep settling and occupying before we know that's the end of it. This is no more funny. I watched the video, I couldn't. How they slaughtered people, how they use knife or cutlass or whatever to cut somebody's head. Remember what's going on? Is it not the video going viral of Shetima, one uncompleted building or whatever, greeting all those Fulani? I was trying to understand, but they are speaking Fulani, I cannot understand. If it were outside, I would be able to interpret. What is going on? They have not even sworn them in. They just finished election, the killing just skyrocketed and they're just killing people. We can no longer sleep with our eyes closed in our houses. Everybody is in danger, everybody is at risk. Nigerians, this is the time, this is the time. Whatever will happen now, let us do it now, once and forever. Once and forever. If not, I hit the mic. If not, we can read between the lines to understand that if not. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, you have 60 seconds. How are you going to do?
Hello, Dr. Mo, are you there? Hello? Dr. Moore, are you still there? Have you left?
It's still available.
Okay. Cecilia, can I just get you to speak for 60 seconds before we close while we're waiting for Dr. Moore? Go ahead, Cecilia, you've got the mic.
Dr. Moore has left.
Good evening, comrade. Good evening, comrade. I'm here. I'm taking this protest to Nigerians. Nigerians all over the world, wherever you are. If you are within Nigeria, you better open your mouth and speak up. Open your mouth and speak up, because the killings that is going on, it's unbecoming. The foreign machineries that are killing Nigerians, they are not Nigerians, they are foreigners. Foreign machineries that Buhari brought an aerophile. Foreign machineries that these bloodsuckers brought to come and displace the original Nigerians from our country. They will displace us from our land. They have displaced the farmers. The farmers can no longer go to farm. We can no longer go to market. We can't travel on our roads because Fulanis all over the world, not Nigerians, Fulanis all over the world that are wandering, have come to take Nigeria. Our vice president, for Christ's sake, is a Fulani. But there are Fulanis that are decent Fulanis. Nigerian Fulanis are not bloodsuckers. They are these foreign machineries that have come to displace us. Nigerians, wake up from your sleep and speak up. Wake up from your slumber and speak up. Because I'm rest assured, I'm an incurable optimistic. And I'm so sure that 29 May, there will be nothing like swearing in. I'm still very convinced. But like I keep saying, we need to do something. They need to see us do something before these people will be afraid. These people need to see us come out and refuse it. We need to rise up and pray. We need to pray and back it up with actions. We should refuse this. And for the police, the 22 Naira police, this 22 Naira security, they call themselves police. See, let me tell you, if you allow this to happen, I saw an Agbero beating a police officer in Lagos. I was just shedding tears. And other policemen, 2 of them were watching. He was just brutalizing a police officer, beating him, and he tore his shirt. For Christ's sake, this security, we are talking for you. You should be regarded, you should be well paid, you should be respected. Why is it that when people go and you do well? Because they uphold, they respect you, and they allow you to do your work. You are here in Nigeria collecting 2 kobo, 20 Naira police. Wake up and speak. You, that policeman that I saw the other day, that a police beat up the guy that is holding the flag and tore the flag. Shame on this country that our flag can be torn. No wonder they kill our children. They kill the youth in Lekki Toll Gate as they were holding the flag and chanting the anthem. All this country is dead. These bloodsuckers have murdered this country. God, arise and resurrect our country. Nigerians should wake up and speak. Of all religion, be it Christian, be it Muslim, be it a traditionalist, be it a ritualist. See, if it happened there, even you that ritualist, you won't be able to do it again, because what will befall this country, the calamity that will befall this country, it cannot be imagined. But God forbid, I keep saying God forbid, Tinubu will never happen to this country. God will forbid it. And so, but we need to come out and speak. You need to speak in that your room that you are. Whether you are in a mansion, that mansion will be too hot for you. Come 2029, if what the devil, these cabals are planning, these wicked bloodsuckers are planning, if it come to reality, you can't sit in that your mansion. Let me tell you, you can't even fly. Let me tell you that, because you can't even travel on the road. So you better come out and speak for your country. You better come out and speak for your living, speak for your life, your children's life, and your children yet unborn. So police, I speak to you that you should be respected. You, that police, you should be well paid, rather than you defending and upholding the dignity stability of this country. You are there utilizing people that are speaking up for you, people that want a better life for you. Shame on you. You remain collecting tutu kobo. You don't want a better life. Shame on you, Nigerians that are not coming up to speak. Prisoners that are very comfortable in their captivity. Prisoners, Nigeria, that are comfortable in because this Nigeria is a prison. The entire of this country now is a prison. You can't breathe, you can't sleep, you can't walk, you can't travel, you can't do business, you can't farm. Is that not prison? All of our rights we have been deprived of. What is prison? Prison is for you to be confined now. They have confined us in this country. We are just here existing. We are not living. We are just existing. So you Nigerians, come out and speak for your freedom. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. As always, thank you so much, Cecilia. Now, we're just going to close very quickly. We've done our protests tonight. Unfortunately, Dr. Mo's network is not very good. So I'm going to close by us saying a pledge together. So if you, everyone unmute yourself and let's say the pledge together. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I pledge to
Nigeria, my country.
Be
Be
faithful,
faithful,
Loyal
and
honest.
to serve Nigeria
with all my strength,
to defend her unity,
honor, and
good and
glory.
so help me God. Thank you, everyone, and see you, all of you, tomorrow. We expect more people tomorrow. Thank you so much, and keep to time, 8 p.m.
Hello.
Hello.
Let us disconnect online and discuss few things before we close. Disconnect, let me pass debrief the house. Have you done that?
I think we should do this. What I'm going to do, I'll get Mo to speak to us out of this, because we can't do, we don't want to exceed 1 hour here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is speaking? Is that Joe?
Yes.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
Are you on our platform?
Yes.
Okay. I'll speak to you after this. Okay. Then we have to close now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye now.